review of mine. Today we're going to be doing the Volvo XC90 plug-in hybrid. Yeah, let's have a look around. Let's see what we think. So the first question is, you know, what do you want out of a vehicle? Do you need a four-wheel drive for off-road, or a four-wheel drive for the kids, or you just like four-wheel drive? So this is a fully spec'd inscription model. It is a, like I said, it is a T8. It's a few years old, but it's a T8 hybrid inscription. So come around the side, obviously this car has actually got the illuminated side steps. You know, you've got your charging port, which is pretty standard on these types of things. You've got your laser LED lights. This is obviously in silver. This car's also got the 360-degree cameras. This is my car. It's actually my wife's car. So yeah, on this you've got cameras everywhere. So just a quick overview. I do like the look of these. They are starting to age a little bit, but I've had discoveries and different vehicles, and you know, the Volvo, it has, you know, it's a good car. So just quickly inside this one, so this is black interior. Being the inscription and the T8, you do get the crystal gear stick. So it's a nice place to be. It really is. Everything's functional, comfortable. You've got obviously the full panoramic roof in here. I've got car seats in mine, but yeah, no, it's a light, airy environment. It is a really nice place to be. The sound system's brilliant. This one does have the deployable tow bar as well, because we do have a caravan, so we do like to take it away. So, but let's jump in, go for a quick drive. I'll show you the electric mode, how far you get, bits and pieces. Let's do this. All right, so now we're in. It's a really comfortable driving position, so just turn it on. You just hit the start button. What we're going to do is we're going to start off slightly differently in this one. That we're going to just start off going through the different modes. So let's start the drive in the pure setting. We'll start the drive in the pure setting. So you can see the first problem, I would say, with these cars is the range. So it's got just under half a tank of electric, and in that half a tank it's saying we've got 10 miles left. So what we'll do is I just want to show you the acceleration on pure electric, and how obviously that works. So let's get her out on the road and we'll see how she goes. Now the first thing you'll notice, it's quite a big car. It's a comfortable car, but it is big. This is just showing you the parking sensors, obviously. So what we'll do is let's just go out on the road. So in electric, you can see it's very, this is all the power you get out of the electric motor. So, you know, we're moving, but it's pretty unresponsive. It doesn't take much to kick it into the petrol engine, so you've got to drive it very carefully. But you know, we're up to 40 miles an hour. You know, it's doing its job. So if you're local, if you're only driving, you know, school runs or whatever, just local stuff, the electric will be fine. But if you're anyone who's or in London or somewhere, or a busy town, it's absolutely fine. But any type of range, obviously it's pointless. So with this car as well, as you can see the battery symbol there, as I touch the brakes, it's charging now, so it's putting charge back in to the battery. So just me touching my brakes, rolling, is putting the charge on. Now I've never noticed that many miles to doing this extra, but occasionally you can get the extra 1, 2 miles out of it, so it's still going down at the moment. So the electric side of things, it's good, but only for local. So now we're going to click it onto hybrid. Now hybrid, obviously it lowers the amount of electric used, but the engine will kick on a bit earlier, so it's good for just general driving. I personally don't use it that much, but I'll show you why in a minute. So at this here you can see, and the engine's kicked in now, so it's kicked in a lot earlier. So we'll get up to the speed limit, which is a 40 miles an hour, and then you'll see as soon as I let off that, we're back into electric now. So it will start to, it starts to work out when you need the engine on, etc. It is good, it's functional, it does its job. But my personal favourite, I will show in a minute, which is power. The horsepower and the engine and the battery combined, for a big car, she does fly. Alright, so what we're going to do now, so we're going to click over here and we're going to put into power, and what that will instantly do is turn the revs counter on, so you can see your revs, and now we're in pure petrol mode. Now it saves battery to make sure that you've always got the power, and it actually charges the battery through the engine to make sure you've always got both. But as you'll see in a minute, she has quite a bit of power when you need it. So just pull out onto here, and then it's not a very noisy car. But there we go, 60, as quick as that. Now we're on going slightly faster, we're in the power mode. I'll talk about the handling and other things. So, you know, for a big lump, she does handle well. She really does. I mean, you can see I'm going 60 miles an hour on a national speed limit, and the brakes are responsive, the steer is responsive, and I would say you can see why the police use these cars now. I know they've used a lot of different cars, but especially around here, you see a lot of these X5s, and I can see why. They handle, you know, they've got the power when you need it. It is a good all-rounder. Now, compared to a Discovery or a Q7 or a Range Rover Sport, so a Range Rover Sport drives more like this, but the Discovery definitely is more wallowy. Compared to a Q7, the Q7 drives, the Q7 feels slightly more nimble than this, but I haven't driven the battery version, and obviously the X5 is your driver's choice. So for me, a BMW, if you're someone who likes to drive a lot, a BMW always feels to me like the driver's choice. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back and we're going to try her on all-wheel drive around the vineyard. Let's see how she reacts. I'm not expecting too much because it's not, even though it does show four-wheel drive and it's an all-wheel drive, it's not an off-roader. Okay, but we'll give it a go. Let's see you in a second. Okay, so now we're going to go to drive mode, constant all-wheel drive. Okay, I can't tell you what's going to happen up here. This is grass, but it is spitting a little bit of rain, so we'll put her in drive and we'll see. So this is a very steep hill. It might not look like it, but trust me, if you watch my previous video with Grenadier, it has the angle and height, and that will show you how steep this hill is. So we'll just start up, driving up, and I should expect that most people who have this may tow a horse box or may tow a caravan, so this is more important to them, just on, you know, you're not going to use it on hardcore off-road. So far that's conquered this. Now this area here, oh, there's a rabbit there, this area here is always the area if it's going to slip. It's very, very steep. And to be fair, not a problem at all. Okay, interesting. I was expecting a little bit more of a wheel spin than that. But anyway, so let's we'll keep going. We'll go into this other bar. Now that's a very steep downhill with a muddy turn at the bottom. So we'll try that next. Surprisingly good, actually. I'm a bit, even though it's mine, I've never really done it. So let's give it a go. So this is a very, very steep hill. If it's going to slide, it will be here. So we'll just give it a little go. Let's go around this bend here. Not many people have driven these off-road at all, so I've never really seen many reviews of. So let's see. This doesn't look it. It's very, very steep. Now I don't believe these cars have any type of hill descent control like a Land Rover, so you are completely relying on your brakes. I mean, you know, okay, it's not hardcore off-roading, but this is maybe what you would use it for, just plodding around, maybe at a country fair or a caravan site. Now this is the steepest bit we have. Any wheel spin? Bit of a wheel spin, little bit, but pretty good. Pretty good. I can't really fault it. So, you know, let's summarise the off-road. I think if you're someone who's just going into a caravan site, maybe a bit of snow if you have winter tyres, driving to skiing, I don't think you're going to have a problem until you start to push it that little bit too far. So I think as marks out of 10, you know, we'll give it a 5. So not too bad. Definitely not a Grenadier, and definitely not a Discovery either. Okay, so let's have a little look at the entertainment now. Okay, so as you can see, we've got our entertainment system. So we've got our current location, radio. So you've got your radio, your DAB, your Bluetooth, all very self-explanatory stuff. The only thing I don't like is climate. So let me turn on. So when you go into the climate here, what you've got is obviously you've got your climate, what you want, so your electric, etc., air conditioning. You've got your high, low, auto. You've got your heated steering wheel, your heated seat, your heated seat. Then you've got rear climate, because this car is spec'd with a rear climate option for the back seats. So but you can control that. But also, because it's a 7-seater, you can even control the third row of climate as well. So it's functional, it's good. The sound system's good. I'm not going to go into it too much, you've seen enough of these. But obviously you've got the display, you've got your electric, your normal, your revs, navigation, speedo, mileage, etc. Automatic park brake, your drive modes, your on off, a few basic controls here. Steering wheel, you've got adaptive cruise control, so that steers for you slightly, but you have to every so often touch it. And obviously all your bits and pieces, you've got your memory seats, you've got your electric windows, fuel cap, boot, and that's really in here it. Obviously you've got your heated mirror, you've got your on-call, your SOS, and obviously you've got your big sunroof. You know, this car has been around long enough of you have seen it, but I assure you now as an owner, it all works well. Is the car worth the money? 100%. It's a brilliant car. I personally think it's a nice looking car. If you're in the market for a Discovery, Volvo Q7 X5, I would definitely test drive one before you buy one of the others, because I'm telling you, on a long journey, the speed, the comfort, the look, the headlights, the quality of the materials, for me now, I'd buy another one tomorrow. Everyone, thank you very much for watching. Please check out my other videos, it means a lot to me. Thank you very much.